What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaiju's Unboxing Reviews. If you guys like the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share with anybody who think they like the content of this channel. Also, hit the bell notification right away so you are notified when videos drop like this one. Yeah, we are back for another one, and man, like I stated in my previous videos, trying to catch up with all this backlog and everything, and I have another banger here. They just keep getting better and better. A lot of the stuff they're in boxes. I'm not able to open them, or I don't want to open them honestly because I don't want to open them until I actually review them and stuff like that. Kind of get the first looks and impressions and feels of the actual figure and stuff like that, so you guys kind of see that firsthand and stuff like that. So it's really cool. I love doing that. Hopefully you guys enjoy that too. And yeah, like I said, we have another great one here today. And yeah, let's get right into today's unboxing. All right, guys, and this is what we're talking about. We are talking about the X Plus FSL, or Favorite Sculptors line, 30 centimeter Baragon from Frankenstein Conquers the World, or Frankenstein versus Baragon, 1965. And it is the RIC edition. So that is great. I will show you what that is later on in the video. But yeah, another one that I definitely had to get. Another one from the FSL line, which I've stated in the past is my favorite line, and I will probably show you why today, because I'm sure this figure is another banger for sure, and everything like that. So I can't wait to dig right into this guy. But yeah, of course, we have to talk about the box. Like I mentioned, it is a RIC exclusive, and it is the FSL line, which means that it is based off of a previous model kit, and X Plus gets the right to reproduce it and re-release it in vinyl form. So this one is Baragon from Frankenstein Conquers the World and everything like his big debut and everything like that. He did have a little bit of a presence, I guess, in this movie. He's right here, kind of thing. I can't do it right here, right here, right here. In Destroy Monsters, but it really wasn't anything noteworthy, honestly, because he was just kind of in the background, did nothing, unfortunately, but we'll go into that later on. But yeah, obviously the FSL line from X Plus, they have these great colored pictures on the front of the boxes and everything like that. So I always love that. That's my favorite kind of way that we get boxed and everything. Everything else is kind of plain Jane, kind of boring and stuff like that. At least this kind of makes the box pop and everything. And honestly, the size of this box isn't very big. Honestly, I was very surprised at how small it is, because how they managed to fit him in here. I mean, they have to, because I mean, prices for shipping are going up and everything, so they have to really cram it and with every kind of space they can. So but yeah, just great, and I can't wait to look at the figure. So with that, let's get right into the figure. All right, guys, and here he is. I mean, in all his little glory and stuff like that. Yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic looking figure. I mean, I can't complain in any way. Like I stated, this is why I love the FSL line. Their releases are just top notch, and why wouldn't they be? They are recasted in vinyl from resin pieces and stuff like that, and resin just captures that detail just to the minute and to the T, honestly. And it's just absolutely amazing when they have releases like this. And when they put it out in vinyl, it just captures all those little nook and cranny details and stuff like that. And I just love that. But it's not as fragile, it's not as heavy, and it makes it worth a while. Plus, it's not as expensive, honestly, or hard to find, because this is a older release. This was initially based off the model kit from Inoue Arts, where they made this Baragon, the crawling Baragon and stuff like that. This kit's probably 15, 20 years old, I would say, honestly. So it is a older kit and stuff like that. Inoue Arts has been around for a very long time, and has done some amazing pieces and stuff like that that I hope later on maybe X Plus will release and stuff like that. So but yeah, this is just absolutely crazy insane. I love crawling Baragon. It's probably the version I love the most. There is like the two kind of versions of him where he's upright on his two legs or he's the quadruped on all fours, and I just prefer the quadruped. Yeah, he stood up in Frankenstein Conquers the World to fight Frankenstein a little bit, but for the most part, he was on all fours. So, but yeah, with this figure, let's jump right into the details and everything. As you can see, it is crisp, it is clean, it is amazing. The eyes are just absolutely perfect. I mean, goodness gracious. And even along with the ears are perfect. This is what he looked like with the ears drawn back and everything, kind of like a dog like kind of thing. And then when he got angry or wanted to show dominance or impressive kind of pose to impose fear into his opponents, his ears would flap forward and stuff like that. And that's kind of how he did. I mean, we got a good example of that in GMK Baragon, where he did that and stuff like that. So, yeah, just absolutely great. Just all the little details on his back and everything like that. I mean, you can even, there's even little grooves that are going up that you can see right there, those little white lines and everything. Those are just individual carvings, stuff like that, to give the back details and stuff like that, more depth and everything. And that's just absolutely insane. And it goes all the way down his tail and stuff. And I just absolutely dig it. I really, really do. It looks great. And just, oh man, even the paint job is great. I mean, there's not a lot of differences in the, of the paint and everything like that. You know, he's basically just brown with maybe some highlights and stuff like that. But they did a good job of doing the highlights and everything like that, and really kind of making him pop and stuff like that. So he wasn't just kind of stagnant, kind of all brown kind of thing. You know, break it up and everything. But that face, I mean, they nailed that face so well, so good. Those eyes. I mean, the mouth. I mean, that's kind of how his mouth was kind of resting as and everything. I mean, it's great. I love that the paw is kind of up, you know, as he is like, you know, basically in the crawling form, and he is kind of in the process of moving and stuff like that. So I love that little look and everything, especially for quadrupeds. You kind of have to make them look like they're moving a little bit to really emphasize, you know, and pull off that kind of look. I know there's Anguirus, the new Monster Maker 28 kit kind of has that paw kind of up and everything like that, making it look like there's movement in the figure and stuff like that. So I love that, really great. But I'll start this up and give you guys a little 360 of this guy. It's absolutely insane. I originally didn't get this figure on the initial release. I missed out. Just didn't have the funds at the time, but I knew I wanted it just because I want everything in the 30 centimeter scale. And he was no different. I had the 25 centimeter Baragon with the Frankenstein, but I wanted the bigger, I wanted the better, stuff like that. More accuracy, more detail can be fit into the bigger figures and stuff, and that's what I wanted. So I definitely had to get this. So I got this on the secondary market in Bai. I wanted the RIC. I don't know why I wanted the RIC. I just did. Um, Even though it is for the RIC feature is just a light up, I still wanted it just because, you know, sometimes the RIC option for light ups aren't the greatest. I'm not a biggest fan of the light ups, honestly. But you know, I was like, if I can get the RIC at the same price as like the initial price and release was, I'm going to grab it. And that's what I did. I paid a little bit more, a fraction more, I believe. Wasn't that bad. So I just did it, you know, and stuff like that. I could have done with both of them, honestly. But with the price wasn't too crazy, I just got the RIC. And, you know, and honestly, it works for this particular kaiju because the RIC feature, like I said, is a light up. And it kind of makes sense because in the movie, it kind of helped with the story and trying to identify, you know, what this subterranean creature was, honestly, and stuff like that. But all you could see was the glowing horn and stuff like that and everything. So it's kind of cool. So I do like that. I can't wait to check that out and everything and show you guys firsthand and everything. But overall, this is just a great, great release and sculpt and just paint overall. I can't say that enough. X Plus just need to keep doing this with the FSL lines. Just stuff like this, you know, representations of characters of kaiju or whatever in the bigger, you know, scales and stuff like that. If they don't want to do their own kind of sculpt, they can do this kind of stuff. And there's so many hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of kits of kaiju in different scales and stuff like that that if there's a kaiju that they really want in a certain scale, there probably is something out there, honestly. But there's just so many kits and so many models that are just, it's so hard, it's so crazy. But like, I just, they gotta keep doing this, keep bringing this kind of stuff out. I just love it. It's a different take on characters, different look, and then you just translate the detail from resin to vinyl, and I don't think it really loses a lot of the detail. Honestly, it still looks phenomenal, and honestly, like I stated before, it's not as fragile, it's not as delicate, and you can kind of hold it and not worry about it freaking breaking. Even if you drop it and stuff like that, there's a good chance that it won't break, just because it is vinyl. There's a little bit more cushion to it and stuff like that. So I love all that. But yeah, Baragon, very underrated kaiju. Like I said, his big break was Frankenstein Conquers the World, which I absolutely loved him in. He was super great. Big old fat pudgy quadruped kaiju, fighting the Frankenstein and everything like that. Just awesome, and honestly, we have to give props to Baragon because his design, his body, especially his body, was responsible for a lot of other kaiju coming out, especially ultra kaiju and stuff like that. And it's just like that. His overall look was just the look that filmmakers really wanted and stuff like that. And they're like, hey, let's just take this and let's just swap the head and stuff like that. So and maybe paint it up a little bit differently. So like his design like gave birth to several other quadruped kaiju and stuff like that. And that's pretty awesome. Even though he only got the one movie, well, two technically, but the one doesn't really count, honestly. He gave birth to other ones and stuff like that. So that's a little bit inspiration and stuff like that. So he put his stamp on the series and the genre in his own way, honestly, with having that great film with Frankenstein, having a little bit of a cameo in Destroy All Monsters, and then giving birth to others and stuff like that. Now, with Destroy All Monsters, honestly, it's funny because he was supposed to be in Destroy All Monsters a little bit more, but unfortunately, the suit was ruined and stuff like that because of the Subaraya Ultraman series and them ripping it up and chopping things off and whatever. It just got beat up and everything. Because I think I've said this in the past where he was actually supposed to be in this scene in Paris when he comes up from the ground. They replaced that with Gorosaurus. I always thought that was so weird because Gorosaurus is not a burrowing dinosaur or burrowing kaiju in any single way. So I was always wondered why he came up from under the ground. Obviously, I learned as I got older what the reason was. And actually, it was supposed to be Baragon initially coming up from the ground, which would have made a lot of sense. They even named Baragon in the film for one of the monsters that they took over and stuff like that from Monster Island and stuff. So it would have been nice to see him a little bit more and everything, but unfortunately, became just a puppet slash a painting in the background and stuff like that, and he never got real on-screen time except for maybe a cutscene or something like that, But that was it. That's all he really got. So, kind of what if would have happened if the suit was okay and he was able to come through the ground and everything like that, whatever. But like even now, like that iconic scene is so great with Gorosaurus. It's so different. So I just absolutely love this figure overall. It's awesome. But yeah, let's show off the RIC feature and see what that does and see if it actually impresses me. Now, like I stated, it is a light up feature, so there is to be a port for the battery pack and everything. And if you can see right there, the port is right here in his foot. It's just a little patch kind of square right there. Blends pretty well out, honestly, and stuff like that. So you just take that off and whatnot. It's not like a outgrown kind of port and everything that they had to put into the figure and stuff like that. It was great that they kind of put it on into the foot and everything, put a little square there, kind of patch and everything, and it looks pretty actually blended and stuff like that. So that's where it is. All right, is everybody ready? All right, in 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go. And that's literally all it is. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of light ups and stuff like that. But like I said, I got it for basically retail and everything. I was okay with paying a little bit of extra and stuff like that. It's not a lot and everything, but like I mentioned before, it's the fact that they didn't know what was going on with the kaiju under the ground, and all you could see was his glowing horn and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get there, but obviously you see it here. It doesn't really do a lot for the figure. It's just kind of a simple glow or light up, honestly. And yeah, it is what it is. It is very lackluster, honestly. but it's okay. I'm okay with getting the Rick and stuff like that. Not all the light ups are necessary or great and everything like that. And this might be the one of them that isn't really great. But it is necessary, I guess you could say, just because it was did play a role in the film, honestly. So, but yeah, that is the Rick feature, the light up horn and stuff like that, where he basically can see where he's going, tunneling underground and everything like that. Kind of his own little lamp and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I was kind of hoping that maybe his eyes would light up a little bit too and stuff, but unfortunately they do not. But it is what it is. But yeah, there's the Rick feature. But yeah, yeah, that is the figure. That is the whole kit and caboodle and everything like that. Yeah, just a great figure. Like I said, very underrated, very unappreciative and stuff like that. Again, I am always looking for a representation of every kaiju in my collection. Doesn't matter what it is, and I want it. So, like, especially if it's 30 centimeter scale, I'm gonna get it. So I had to get this guy, and I'm glad I did. Honestly, I've actually had this guy for like a month now, so it's been a long time coming since he came out and everything. So yeah, he was just released this year and stuff like that. Announced at one of the Wonderfests. I believe it was in the I think January, February Wonderfest and stuff like that in Japan and stuff. So I knew I was going to get him. Missed the pre-order, got him on the aftermarket, not for very much more, and yeah, got him home and stuff like that. So yeah, still happy I got him and everything like that. Now I can replace my 25 centimeter with the 30 and everything like that. But yeah, before we get out of here, I want to do one size comparison and then to kind of show all of the Baragons and stuff like that all together and everything. All right, and here is the whole family of Baragons. Honestly, pretty sure this is all of the releases that they've had so far. This is the 30 centimeter standing Baragon with the swappable heads. You can use the head from 1968 Destroy Monsters or the Frankenstein Conquers the World head and stuff like that. And I actually have the uh, Frankenstein Conquers the World head and everything like that. I actually bumped up his ears a little bit more because I kind of really like that look on everything. And like I said, he didn't really stand on his feet very much in the film and everything. And then in Destroy Monsters, obviously he was non-existent. But it is what it is. But that was my representation of Baragon, and now I have even a better one because the detail is night and day with these things. They really are compared to like his back and everything and his face. This is so realistic and screen accurate. I love it because it's the first time I've seen these all kind of together and everything like that. And I'm really digging the FSL one. And then, of course, in the middle, you have the 25 centimeter one. I'll try to bring him out here so you can see him, see how big he is compared to the 30 and everything. Obviously, the size comparison is night and day. The 25 is not bad for a 25 and everything. They did a pretty good job, very close to the FSL, but that FSL just gets that face so good, so well done that it's oh man, it is on another level. And again, with the details on the back and everything like that, it is night and day because the degree of detail on the FSL compared to the 25 and the 30, it's like it's so soft on the 25 and 30, and it's so rough on the FSL, and it's all the grooves are just individually sculpted in there, and it's just another level of detail, honestly. So I really do dig it. All great figures and everything. Everybody has their preference, and that's all fine. But man, seeing these all together, I am so glad I got the FSL Baragon. He is amazing in another level, honestly. So really cool. But yeah, that's my size comparison. All right, and that's it. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. If you guys have reservations on getting this guy, please don't. He is great, especially if you're a Baragon fan. This is the figure for you, honestly. I think this is probably the best Baragon representation out there. Maybe some kind of kit might be even better, but obviously this is based off of a kit, so I mean, really can't go any better than that, honestly. So yeah, I mean, there's other great kits and stuff like that out there. Maybe we'll get another one with a standing Baragon and everything. I know Inoue Arts did a standing Baragon. That's a lot bigger than this guy. I think he's like 40 centimeters, which is really great. I've seen that one in person, but I just prefer the crawling Baragon and stuff. But yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get it in the FSL line and stuff like that down the road. So, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Really do appreciate it. Just a reminder, like, comment, subscribe on the channel. At 1,000 subscribers, I am doing my next giveaway, and I am giving away a free X Plus. Which X Plus you say? Well, actually, it is the Cybot 1984 RIC edition. So you get the sea louse with it. So free, just something from me to you guys for all the appreciation and support over the years now. And I just really love it. I think we're almost like 900 subscribers, so we are getting there really, really close. And also in that drawing, I am giving away some canvas pictures that I got from one of the Ichiban Kuji lotteries, along with some custom-made beam effects for articulated figures or 6-inch figures and stuff like that, from a good friend of the show, Sergio Trejo. He does custom work for articulated figures. I will leave a link in the description of this video, and you can find him on Facebook and stuff like that. So if you are looking for some kind of custom work or some kind of custom effect for your Monster Arts or your Haya or Ultimates, whatever you're looking for, hit him up. Maybe he can do something for you and stuff. So, and I just appreciate the donated giveaway prize. So, but yeah, with that, I'm gonna get out of here. And also remember to follow me on all my socials if you want to keep up to date on anything that I'm doing. Also, if you want more kaiju news, tokusatsu news, anime, wrestling, whatever you want to call it, check me out over at Monsters with Attitudes, where we do interviews, we do discussions, we do box days. I mean, we do all sorts of stuff over there. So if you're a fan of any of that stuff, go follow us on any of our socials. And yeah, stay up to date on all that stuff over there. So with that, I'll get out of here. Appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Later.